This podcast is brought to you by Vizard.ai and by the Foundation for World Harmony.
Come with me to discover the transformative power of kindness and the joy it brings. Join me as we explore every Monday morning simple yet profound ways to elevate your happiness, one gesture at a time.
Wow, fantastic, baby. Dance. I'm gonna dance. Fantastic, baby.
Fantastic Monday to everyone. Hope you are happy. And if you're not, listen to the show and you'll be a lot happier. And I hope you had a fantastic, happy Valentine's Day. I know for myself, I invited myself and I, it was a big crowd, to a home-cooked dinner. And then I got invited to another dinner, so I had to turn the oven off and went off to that dinner. But it was a fun night. I spoke to about 80 people that night, and it was a lot of fun. I have a really great guest. She's a multiple PhD holder. I'll announce her in a few minutes. Founder, CEO, she runs a university, and she's one of our fantastic ambassadors of kindness. So you're going to meet Dr. Yvonne in a few minutes. But I want to talk about, people were saying I was reading too many quotes. So I'm just going to give you one a week, as you know. And of course, the astute cooking episode that's coming up later after the interview. Okay, so this one is from Lao Tzu, the Chinese philosopher. And he said, kindness in words creates confidence. Kindness in thinking creates, I can't read it, profoundness. That's a great word. And kindness in giving creates love. And all we need is love. And when you're in love, you should be happy. You better be happy, because all you need is love. All you need is love. Wish I could sing. All you need is love, love. Love is all you need, and happiness. And that's what this show is all about. So my quote was, kindness will save your soul and our planet. And it's free to give it. Giving someone a smile. What's the problem with that? Saying kind words. Here in Antigua, Guatemala, to say thank you, it's one word. I know it's a lot of work in English. Thank you. You got to go to both those words, but you can shorten it and say thanks, which is a nice word to say. It's kind. But here in Guatemala, it's gracias. What is the problem with people not saying thank you and please? Of course, in Spanish, it's por favor. You got two words. One or two words. Come on, people. Lighten up. Be kind. Kindness leads to happiness. And this is the complete guide to happiness. So every week, I'm going to interview one of my ambassadors. This is week number 21, and divided by 4, it's like 5 months or something like that. I'm not so good in math, but I'm good in humanology. I'm a humanologist. This woman coming up is a multiple PhD holder. And of course, I graduated from the School of Hard Knocks, summa cum laude. Very proud to know that I was accomplished. My thesis and my dissertation on kindness and happiness were off the charts. It was really fantastic. You should read it one day. But now I've been asked to host this little show here. Oh, I've got another show coming up because I have the Be Fantastic regular YouTube show, over 2,100 videos on that one. Now every Friday at 5, it's called Fantastic Fridays Live at 5 on Be Fantastic channel. I'll be hosting a live, kind of like a stand-up one-man show, where I tell lots of stories. I'm gonna not be my normal positive self because it's the insanity of humanity. I got to talk about the insanity every once in a while, and so that'll be a little detour. But it's a live show, so I don't think it counts for my regular dissertations. I've been talking to a video camera for 5 years now. Me and my video camera, thousands of videos, and so maybe Friday no one shows up. It's okay. It's fine. I'm not afraid to fail. Fail is just first attempt in learning. So if no one shows up, I talk to the camera like I'm doing now, introducing you to the episode here. We're going to have a lot of fun talking to Yvonne. I have I hope you've been watching the episodes because there's been some really fantastic people. Only one nut in the crowd so far, but it's been a pretty good run. Good. I'm sorry. I apologize. Did I say the word good? I meant it's been a pretty fantastic run, and that's the word you want to use, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to be happy, throw away the word good. Throw it away. Delete it. It's just for normal, run-of-the-mill, boring, average people. There's no energy to it. There's no meaning to it. Throw it away and replace it with fantastic. Because fantastic makes you smile. The smile releases stress, anxiety, and depression. 70% of the people are depressed. That's probably why you're watching this show, because you want to get happy. This is a happy class, and it's free. I know people don't respect free. The smart people do, but it is free. But nothing's free because you have to breathe the air, which costs money to stay alive. You've got to pay for the rent, for the electricity to watch this. So it's not really free. You are paying for it in some sort of fashion. But anyway, I hope you're having fun with the series. I'm having a lot of fun. And as you know, I pre-record it. So because I need a life, I'm not my thousands of videos, I didn't put bells and whistles and background music and graphics and all the stuff that people do to attract an audience. I'm not there to attract the audience. People that listen to me are the people that want to hear solid advice, positive advice, no negativity, although there is some negativity on this show, but not a lot, and just positive vibes. I'm trying to save your planet from the insanity of humanity. I love when I rhyme words, by the way. Like it's better to get and it's better to give than to get, right? That's another cute one. I'm a philosopher. What can I tell you? Self-professed philosopher. No PhDs in philosophy. I didn't like school. It didn't agree with me. But there was a funny story though. When I was in college, and my sons say I can't say that. I'll tell you why in a second. But when I was in college, they had a thing called streaking, where it was a big mall at my college, and you drop off someone naked, and they'd run through the promenade naked. Of course, you didn't walk, you ran. And the car would go around the parking lots. And by the time it got to the other side of the college, that person was tired, dripping wet naked, and they get in the car. And that was called streaking. But my son said, "You can't say that, Dad." I said, "Well, it's true. When I was in college." "Yeah, but you didn't go to college." I go, I went for 2 weeks. I went to college for 2 weeks. So when I was in college, I didn't say how long I went. You assumed I graduated when I told you this story, right? People assume, which makes an ass out of you and me. So don't assume anything. Know that you got to think behind it. When I was in college, okay? And I got a million stories like that. When I was an electrical engineer at 17 years old, I worked for one of the biggest companies in Iowa. They applied for a electrical engineer, and I told them I was one. I also told them I was 26 years old, which I wasn't. I was 17. So I fibbed a little bit. They didn't have computers back then, and I did the job. So I'm an electrical engineer. But my sister calls up because she's married to one now, and he says, "Michael," she says to me, "Michael says you can't say that." I go, "Well, I'm sorry." They advertised for electrical engineer. They hired an electrical engineer, and they paid me as an electrical engineer. It was a short gig, of course, because I was traveling. So in my mind, my demented mind, I'm an electrical engineer. But he says you can't say that because I didn't get a degree. I did the job. So you in comments, I want you to let me know, am I an electrical engineer? If I'm not, I'm not. It doesn't matter. I'm saying I am because Rene Descartes once said, "I think, therefore I am." That's enough of me rambling. Let's meet Yvonne. You're going to love her. She's fantastic. Without further ado, let's bring on Yvonne. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ambassadors around the world, it's time to meet Yvonne. And she is, wow, she's got a great title here. She is CEO, founder, president of International Kingdom University. She's an archbishop, a professor, a doctor, and her name is Yvonne B. Bentley, and she has multiple PhDs because it says PhD apostrophe S. So she's one smart cookie, and I'm looking forward to knowing more about her. She's from Gombe, Nigeria, and she is
USA.
a publisher as well. I'm sorry?
I'm from USA. I'm from United States of America.
Why are you in Gombe, Nigeria? Group.
I have a school there, a university there.
Oh, so you were born in America?
Yeah, and I'm actually in the United States of America right now. I live here.
No, I know that, but you weren't born in Gombe.
No,
Where were you born?
in the United States of America,
What state? What city?
Florida. Actually, Fort Lauderdale,
Florida.
Florida.
Is that where
Yes.
you're at now, Florida?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And what city in Florida?
Actually, I was born in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I'm right now in Port St. Lucie, Florida.
Oh, I'm working on a couple of real estate deals in Fort Lauderdale. How fun.
Oh,
Well,
beautiful.
everybody, she's ambassador number 8,625. And as you
Yeah.
might know, we're over 10,600 now. So we're getting more fantastic ambassadors. And she's actually introduced me to a few, right? New people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so she's a wonderful young lady, very, very busy. And I got to tease her a little bit because she was late. Never be late, people, because when you're late, it's not it's stressful. And when you're early, like me, always early, there's no stress whatsoever. And this is called the complete guide to happiness. And happiness is living a stress-free life. Would you agree with that, Yvonne?
Yes, I do, especially when you have three brand new granddaughters, less
Oh,
than 1 year old and two. So,
that brings a
yep,
lot of happiness, a little bit of work.
right. A lot of
So
happiness.
now, my first question to you, my learned professor, is what? How do you define happiness?
I define happiness as knowing eternal life, knowing who God is, and feeling confident that you're going to have eternal salvation in life and that you have something to give others, passion, love that you've learned over years. So when you know that you not only could love people, but you are connected with the giver of love, and you feel confident about that, and that your love is pure. You're happy when because you can make someone else happy. You can do things to um bring smiles on people's face, and that's what I do with International Kingdom University. That's USA. I assist people in finding out who they are, and it makes them happy, and it calls me to be happy as well.
Well, as you know, that's the first commitment to kindness, loving yourself.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we both need to teach more people that because that's why I don't know, you've probably heard now we developed the Global Kindness Pledge, right?
Yes,
Did you
I heard.
recite it yet? Did you record one?
Yes, I did. I recorded one for you a while
Oh,
ago,
good.
maybe about a year ago.
Thank you. Thank you for that. My goal is to get congregations to recite that because it spreads energy, creates camaraderie, builds self-confidence. Obviously, the schools, it's my major goal is to get the schools to start recording it. I've got a school in Uganda and another school that I think the entire student body and all the teachers and everyone involved are going to be ambassadors of kindness. And that's going to be very cool to get schools behind it because that's our future. You have a university. I don't know what grades that it is, but we need to teach people to love themselves.
Exactly. Yes, one of the first commandments is to love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, mind, and soul, and love your neighbor as yourself. And if you don't love yourself, how could you express love to others? And we have so many people, even in the school system, who have been battered, children who have been coming from dysfunctional families, and we're dealing with so many issues that you and I have not had to deal with growing up in our decades. But these children are faced with divorce, separation, all kinds of abuse, and so. To teach them kindness is a big thing. Actually, we just had a month of kindness. Last month, they dedicated in the school system here in Indian River County as a month of kindness, and you literally have to teach people how to be kind, and and phrases that you have like fantastic, super fantastic, where you tell somebody, oh wow, that's marvelous, that's super fantastic. They look at you like you're come from another planet, another era. But what you're teaching them is that no, kindness is a virtue. It's a gift from God. It's something that the Lord wants you to have. He wants you to be kind to other people. And so it's certainly a whole curriculum of education to teach them what that means and how it looks is also important. How
Well,
does that look?
yeah, well,
Yes.
we do have a kindness curriculum. I'm not sure. I know you're probably too busy to see the depths of what we have to offer people, but the three commitments, I make it simple. Although I go into hours and hours of dissertation on how to be kind to yourself and why you should be kind to yourself. But as you just mentioned, it's easier to be kind to others. But and it's very important to be kind to others because we have to live with them. But if we were kind to one another, we wouldn't have wars, violence, raping, killing, lying, stealing, bullying, teasing, all the things that man does. And it's I call it the insanity of humanity. And you helping me spread kindness. And matter of fact, you're a publisher. We're going to talk about that in a minute because my next book is called How to Be a Fantastic Person. And it's my years of traveling and teaching how to be kind to yourself, others, and our Mother Earth. So to be a fantastic person is to say kind words like "Have a fantastic day," "You did a fantastic job," "I love you." I mean, kind words. "Thank you," "Please." Those are kind words. But people are so darn lazy, they don't even say thank you. You hold the door open for people, I always do, and they walk through, and sometimes they don't say thank you. And you want to yell out, "You're welcome." It's like, and I talked to a lot of people that used to hold doors open, and they stopped it because nobody would say thank you.
Wow.
What's wrong with the
Yes.
world?
We're living in an age, like I said before, a different dispensation of morality, of good morality and respectful morality. When you tell people yes sir or no sir, see, they were not raised in families and homes of such. We have music in our decade. We were glad to hear music with the positive literature and tunes, and now you're hearing music where you and I are listening. We think it's disgusting that women are called bees and and all this bad language. But we've allowed through technology infiltration of just filth, sickness. I mean, disgust, the things through our airways, television. And you look at television, it's just not the norm. You look at our media systems. You look at the radio. You listen to radio. You listen to music now. Music is not the same as you and I know it. And sometimes I wonder what in the world are they tuned into. So you think kids are just normally just picking it up? No, they're picking it up from the airways. It's picking it up from the television and media systems that allow them to be able to see and listen and hear these corrupt songs. Everything's corrupt. So now your job and ours has become more challenging. We have to literally remind them of what goodness and kindness is. I was talking to a friend this morning and we was talking about, I told her to prosper. I was quoting a scripture actually and said the Lord wants us to prosper as our soul prosper. What has happened, our souls are so damaged until we everything's going on so emotionally, divorces, the crime, the people are being molested, kids are, it's just so much abuse in the homes and in the society now until there's no people. It's no, when you come in, it's kind. I just went into a school. Oh, the kids love me. And they try to figure out what is so different about you. I say I brought kindness. I brought love. I brought generosity. I taught them how to be polite, not by a bunch of books, but I walked in the classroom and I showed them this. I gave them incentives for their goodness. I was bringing out the good in them. I said, no, this is not prison. This is a school. So since it's a school, I'm going to teach them respect because I'm going to be respectful. I respect you. You respect me. I'm kind to you. You be kind to me. And it's simple, but guess what? Because it's so dark around us, because it's so corrupt around us now, we allow everything in the airways to educate our kids. They're in it, and we have to penetrate through all that darkness with kindness. And you're doing a great job, but people, religious sectors, they think that it's some type of cult. And I'm like, what's a cult about someone
It's a
taking
kindness
something?
cult.
Exactly. What is a code about somebody's taking something that's positive
I
and
know. Isn't that
infiltrating
amazing?
in the world to say, look, guys, we need to be kind and to each other and love each other and say positive things. And it's all biblical. I mean,
Well,
the
no,
Bible.
I think people, because it's my gift to the world, and
Right.
people don't get free. They don't respect free. When I was in Egypt, walking around giving out pamphlets, the police actually thought I was a spy. Because what sane person goes around not trying to make money, but trying to spread kindness? And they literally would follow me all around because they thought I was a spy. They really did.
See?
But the problem is we're a product of our environment, and unfortunately, we love the news, which is it's a half hour or an hour of blood and guts and destruction and horrible things happening, and we make movies with the horrible morals where the bad guy kills a bunch of people and gets away with the money. And it's okay to see people's heads blown off and video games destruction, but when someone's making love on the TV, the mother says, "Turn away, don't look at that."
Exactly. And they're doing the same
Ass
thing now.
backwards.
Yes, and I mean our governor literally has kicked out a lot of history and a lot of books that we can no longer use here in the media centers, and you have to have a code on the books that you use. And I'm shocked of the books that we can use, and a lot of the books that are morally decent and correct, they kick them out. And so we are living in a time where we have to develop programs like yours, like curriculum. That's why bringing in curriculum like yours. I did it with the Global Peace Ambassadors. He and I worked together. He had, and then I found out he was connected to you, but he brought me his curriculum, and guess what? He oversees that department. And so I brought
Who's
it
that?
into
Who are you referring to?
and that's your prophet is Nikolai. I
Oh,
literally,
Nikolai. Yeah,
yes,
Nikolai, he's great. Yeah.
literally people opening offices at university now with the curriculum he put with my university, and we have people literally awarding people with the global peace. And so that's what I do with organizations like yours, so that we can show people the value of it in a academic way, in an educational way, because fantastic and kindness are words that we do need to put back in our school system. And like I said before, people are doing that now. They're telling people we have a kindness week. Go be kind to someone, because there's so much abuse. I mean, the kids have picked up so much abuse, and their language is disgusting, and they don't even know how to value, especially the elderly. I feel so bad that how disrespectful our systems are to elderly people. No respect, no decency, always just trying to push us into a social security binding situation where we can only make a certain amount of money. And I say, so the idea of being wealthy is just thrown out the window at a certain age, and they're beating you down to just take what they could give you, and that's it, and settle for it. And with all the other needs. And so it's good that somebody like you could come around and say, hey, let's be kind, and even take it to another level where you could do some kind things in the communities for people. And I suggest you set up some booths and set up some things and say, no, hey, this is super fantastic. This is what are you guys doing in the neighborhood to bring kindness, and show them how that works in
Well,
churches and
Yvonne,
neighborhoods. Yes.
as you might know, you're an admin in Gombe. I don't know why you're not an admin in Florida, and I'll make you one. But we're in 147 countries. We're in 1,200 cities. We have 800 WhatsApp groups. And
Hmm.
we have designed it. I can't be there for everyone. So when we have a philosophy, the Be Fantastic philosophy, the three commitments to kindness, the Global Kindness Pledge, and what we call it now the Kindness Revolution. But I am hoping that people like you that become admin, first you become a member in a group, then if you like what we're doing, you become an ambassador of kindness. It's free. Just follow the three commitments. Then if you really want to help, you become an admin, and that means you're inviting people, introducing people to the three commitments. It's because humans are so stupid and so violent. The three commitments literally solve all mankind's problems. So an admin is my voice in their community, so they can answer the question. Because when someone becomes a member, they want to know what's going on. They're asking me, then they should be asking their admin, who's the
Right.
voice of the Be Fantastic philosophy. And it's a
Uh-huh.
simple philosophy built on kindness. I know it's got a bad rap because people, it's the stupid people, the dumb people, the ignorant people, the uneducated people that aren't getting it. The doctors, the teachers, the nurses, the clergy, kings and queens that we have get it. The intelligent people that actually went to school get it. And I'm
Yeah.
not going to be able to help everybody in the world. There's going to be
Right.
haters. People already, like you said, call it a cult. What's a
Yes.
cult? I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what a cult is, but I do know that it's free, and that's the deficiency I have in going bigger. But every day, 5 people, 10 people, 20 people join from around the world. They're all listed on World Kindness List. If you're an admin, you get a certificate of ambassadorship, showing you're an ambassador of kindness. And luckily, I'm getting fantastic compliments. It's changing people's lives. The word fantastic will change your life. Just that one
Exactly.
simple word, telling people that they look fantastic. When someone asks you how you are, you say, I am fantastic. It's an act of kindness to say that word because it makes you and the person listening smile, which releases stress, anxiety, and depression. And as you might know, 70% of the people out there are depressed because they're not thinking positively.
Exactly.
They're not loving themselves. They don't know how to love themselves. And so I have now, I'm a life coach, so I'm going to start charging people, even though all my information is free, people will pay me for one-on-one because they find inherent value in spending their money, which, fine, it's how it is.
Stop wasting your time on manually editing your videos. The secret AI tool will do the work for you. One of the best things about it is that it gives your video the potential to go viral. Visit this page, sign in, create a project by clicking on this button. Choose a video that you want to use. Click on the AI clip button. Wait for the magic. It is scanning through the video and looking for the parts that has the potential to go viral. Instead of editing the video by yourself, it does the work for you. It even generates headline and captions which fit your video. Another surprise is that they generate video description or social post for you to use. Once done, click Export to Post.
We gotta
Yes, this
love
is true.
ourselves unconditionally first. Because as they say, if the oxygen mask drops on an airplane, put it on first, then help others. Because Yvonne, you're no good to your grandchildren, your Kingdom University, your husband, your children, your society, your everything you're doing, if you're dead, unhappy, or unwell. So
That's right.
you come first, Yvonne. You're the most important person in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You, and you're doing some fantastic things. So tell me about you have a publishing company.
Actually, I work with Michelle Jeans and a lot of other publishing company. For her specifically, she's a publisher here out of Tampa, and what we do is we do referrals, and we're able to give back to people who are organizations who are part of what she's doing. She's able to give a percentage back to them if they actually begin to refer others to her company. So her and I put together some things where we refer, I could refer people and then get other people to refer. Because, every little penny you could get into your organization, like you said, you're out here, you're giving back from the goodness of your heart. And so what I've done is people like yourself, I found ways to be a blessing when you publish your book. Because I'm here with you, she will give you a discount. So I was able this morning to get up and help a lot of people get discount for all the books that they're just was sitting on waiting for the right person to come along. So I was able to do a referral list and then actually give them the opportunity to do what I do.
Well, I'm
And so that's
to
the
make
beauty
money.
of
I
it.
made money
So
in the past, and I don't need money right now. All the proceeds from my book will go to my charity. So I'm looking for a publishing company that because Europe Books, who did Obama's book, who did the Pope's book, they want to publish my book, but they want to give me 10%. Even though that 10%, it's nice to have 10%, and they're going to distribute it around the world. I want 100% to go to charity
exactly,
from their end too. So I don't mind them covering their costs. Cover your costs, but the profit I want to go to charity.
exactly. That's a
I don't want
beautiful
it.
thing.
I don't want the
It's
profit. But this book is going to help a lot of people because it's compiled all my years as a humanitarian and the advice I have to be a fantastic person, because we need to be fantastic. I mean, it's not like
Yeah.
we shouldn't be or we could be, but we need to be.
Yes, we do. We need to be fantastic. I think super fantastic is amazing statement to make to the world. You know, when I tell my kids at school, you are super fantastic. They look at me like, who is this woman? What planet did she come from? I'm like, hi, I'm here in Florida. I'm on planet Earth. I just want to pierce your hearts with the right words, the positive words, things that will change your life forever and let you know that you are somebody, you were born for a purpose, and you need to get on the right track, whether that's academics, whether that's growing up and getting a good job and being a good husband or, a father, whatever it is, we need to say the positive and the right things to you, not beat you down with words. How many times fathers beat their children down with words thinking that it's going to make them better? That is such a lie.
I know.
Like I said, even if from a biblical perspective, it's not even right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you tell somebody you're super fantastic, and I have kids, I walked in there and said, you are super fantastic. You are marvelous kids. You're going to be great. You are good kids. You're not bad kids. Turned the whole class in the school
Well,
around.
well, I hope you can start implementing the kindness pledge, because that builds confidence. It fosters
Yes.
camaraderie. It spreads energy to the room. It's a great way to start off class. I really hope you can start implementing it. The word fantastic, most people don't know what it means. The word good is defined as morally right. So when you say this was a really good cup of coffee, you just said it was a morally right cup of coffee. That's people don't even know the words they use. The word fantastic in the dictionary is defined as unimaginably great and beautiful. And the word makes you smile, which, like I said before, releases stress, anxiety, and depression, makes you look and feel fantastic. So I encourage people to look in the mirror and say, I am fantastic. Unfortunately, I was beat up as a child. I had 3 sets of deadbeat parents, orphaned at 10. I mean, I should be a total wreck as a human being, because
Wow.
I had no love or guidance as a child. And when people tell me
Mhm.
they had a happy childhood, I look at them and go, tell me about it. What's that like? Because I have no clue what a happy childhood is, although I did give it to my children, because I didn't want them to go through what I did. But if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, right?
Yes, it really does. It really does. And so, but that's the theory of some people. But what if you had a father and mother who loved you and called you super fantastic every day?
Wouldn't that be
What
fantastic?
what kind of roller coaster would what could you have? You probably invented a neighborhood of nothing but super fantastic people.
I will guarantee you that the people that are out there murdering, the people that are doing horrible things, didn't have love, didn't have a parent that kissed them, or sat down for dinner. Even if you just sit down for dinner every night, which I highly recommend, is extremely important. By the way, Yvonne, you don't know this, but you've got a cloud over your head like you're an angel.
Yeah. I said the good Lord is with me. I saw that. It looks beautiful.
But life is for the living. We need to spread. I mean, I really hope you can get behind. You say you recorded one, you sent it in. I mean, that's the best way to open a class, is to have them repeat after you the Global Kindness Pledge. I pledge to be kind to and love myself. I pledge to be kind to and strive to love all others. I pledge to be kind to, love, and respect our Mother Earth. We are all fantastic. You are fantastic. That's when they point to their friend in the class. And I am fantastic. I mean, there's no more powerful statement in life. And it's not political. It's not religious. It's not commercial. It's for our
Exactly.
future. So, Yvonne, you have a university. Girl, get with it. Get people
Yeah,
in the pledge.
exactly.
In church, they should say the pledge before they even start.
Yes, yes. Like I said before, so many people are so busy being negative and saying that, oh, we don't want to be a part of cults. We don't want to bring anything in that would infiltrate the word of God and what they're doing. Which again, I believe that the word of God kindness is a gift from the Lord, and you have to learn it. And
So let me ask
so,
you a question. If you
yes.
say, I love myself, are you loving God? Isn't
Well,
God inside you?
Well, I do believe that the Bible does say, "Love the Lord thy God with all their heart, mind, soul, and strength, and your neighbor
But
as
isn't
yourself."
God
So,
inside you? For the
yes,
religious folk like
exactly.
yourself,
So exactly. So God is inside of you. So now you can love yourself because he tells you you cannot love anyone else unless you love yourself.
right?
So he,
So that's where the religious angle comes in. Love yourself, and if you believe in God, you're loving God. So we don't have to bring God in because there's many gods. There's many gods, there's many religions. We need to be neutral as an entity that's not political, that's not religious, and it's not commercial. It's pure. It's pure
Mhm.
kindness. Love yourself, love others, love the planet. The golden rule. That's biblical. Being kind to all others and the creatures is biblical. It's the golden rule.
Yes, it is. It's
So for
biblical.
anyone, I would love to talk to that person that thinks I'm a cult and they can't have anything to do with the three commitments to kindness. That person it has its head up its butt in a hole. Whatever you want to say about that person, it's an ignorant person. Whoever said that.
Yes. Well, so again, that's why people are afraid of getting involved in other things or too many things. But they don't see the Word of God as the foundation of everything. And I do. I see the Word of God is the foundation of everything. And you can find God in everything if you look hard enough. Even this in the darkest hole, God is there. And even with that person who may have the darkest life, God is there to reach out to them so that they can be healed and love with kindness. And it's with kindness that God draws us. He's with kindness that God draws them. Nobody could even come to God without kindness. So, like I said before, you're doing an awesome, amazing thing. I thank God for what you're doing. It's uniquely different. So, it takes a while. But guess what? Look all the people you have reached already.
I
So
know.
you've been very successful. So,
I
you
know.
know, everything has an
It's the
opposition to it.
world.
So
It's the world's best kept secret right now.
right, right. So,
And the world's going to be hearing about it because I'm about to have some money thrown at it, which will be able to hire. Because I can understand that volunteers are volunteers who all have to make a buck. But if I could pay an admin to host a kindness class, a fee, or just to work for the organization, then we're going to go to the next level because people need to be paid. I don't need to be paid. I'm not doing this for money, but people do. Their time is valuable. But luckily, we've got thousands and thousands of volunteers that are introducing me to people every day, recommending people join a group because we need to spread kindness at a community level. As you might know, my goal is to have one ambassador at least in a WhatsApp group in every city on the planet. There's 10,000 cities. Every village, every town needs at least one ambassador spreading the three commitments, the cult.
yeah, no,
I mean, I just find it ludicrous. I've been called a scam artist. Oh, I love that one. I don't ask for a dime. I never ask for money. What am I scamming? Am I scamming people to be kind? Okay, guilty as charged. I'm scamming you to be kind.
wow. And
Plain
that's
and
something, but we can't. Yeah, but they can't find the human traffickers. Isn't that amazing? They can't find the people who are trafficking humans and selling little kids and women and boys into prostitution, but they can come after you and say that you're doing something horrible. That's something. See, that's how backwards the world is.
it's
And,
it's the insanity of humanity. Too many wars, too much violence,
exactly.
too much poverty, not enough education, not enough kindness. I
Yeah,
mean, come on. I mean, I made it so freaking simple. When I give speeches to 5-year-olds and I run into them months later, they can name the three commitments like that: love yourself, love others, love the planet. It's so
that's right.
easy, and humans are
Yeah.
so stupid. But like luckily we have people like you that believe in it, even though you're not saying it at your meetings. I gotta give you a little push there, Yvonne. You got to start
Uh-huh.
telling people about the three commitments.
Uh-huh.
Using the word fantastic is a good start.
Uh-huh.
Three commitments, just make it logical.
Yes. You know what I suggest? I just want to suggest something to you because I think if you do a partnership with the university and become the overseer of the university and begin to take your curriculum and in schools and break it down so that you can take those admins and break them down as directors who taught at those schools, I think you'll reach a lot more people because this is something that's
I
educational,
do
not
have
just
that, Yvonne. See, that's where you don't have time to know what we're doing. You really don't, because you're
yeah,
busy being a CEO, a founder, a president, a PhD, a professor, an art. You're a
yes,
busy girl, but we have all that lined up. We have programs
yes.
that poor people can make money without spending a dime. We have
Mhm.
the kindness curriculum, and all you have to do is go out there and read from what we've written. We've got thousands of videos all on kindness. We've got 4 websites. We've got all social media. I mean, I'm doing everything you said, but I need the admin to implement it. I can't be in every university. I'm being asked to talk to a lot of universities, but I need my admin and my directors of the country, because we have a director in Nigeria who's doing a fabulous job. We need a director in America. We want one director in every country. Actually, in America, it should be one director for every state because it's so huge. But they need to be inspired enough and smart enough to know that this is the answer to all the ills of mankind. 3 commandments. Because humans are stupid. They can remember 3 commandments. They can't remember 10 commandments. You can't name them like this. No, I've never met someone in 5 years that can name the 10 commandments like that. The 3 commitments you can name like that: be kind to yourself, others, and the planet. Those 3 commitments solve all mankind's problems. I've proven it with tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people that agree with me. Logic and science all prove the 3 commitments work and they can solve all mankind's problems. If, that's the big word, if. And the second big word is try, because you have to try to be kind to yourself. Try to be happy. No one's going to make you happy. This is the guide to happiness. And you've got to figure out what makes you happy. And if going to church makes you happy, keep doing it. If singing in the choir makes you happy, do it. Planting a garden whatever makes you happy, keep doing it, because we're on this planet to be happy. And maybe there's an afterlife and maybe there's not. I think there is, because my parents died when I was 10 and I always felt they were looking down on me. So I behaved myself because I didn't want to embarrass them by doing anything wrong. So I don't know if I was believing in God or not, but I was believing that they had an eye on me, because your parents are inside you, as are your grandparents, as are your great grandparents. It's called evolution. So we don't know that all that knowledge is in there, but it is. That's how we're evolving, because we have our parents' knowledge, and hopefully it was some good knowledge, because there's a lot of, well, every parent on the planet is an amateur. They're all amateurs till you become a parent. And I say after 6 kids, you make less mistakes. How many kids do you have?
3. I have 3 adult kids.
You got 3 more before you stop making mistakes.
I just have all these little grandkids.
So you wrote a book. What's your book about?
Well, actually, I wrote a book on the covering, and also I wrote a book on the silent pain of great men, Dr. Coach and her players. I'll talk to you a little bit about Dr. Coach and her player. Written over probably 20, 30 books on my 100 books, so I write all the time. I'm going to talk to you about Dr. Coach and her players. Dr. Coach and her player are about how people gave to me and they were kind to me coming up. As a female athlete here in South Florida, I was in the top 10 here in South Florida, and so I had a guy look just like you, but he rode a sports car and he coached at a whole nother school, and he made sure no matter what. He set up where I could go to University of Houston. I went to University of Houston. I was there with Phi Sigma Gamma. He made sure I finished college no matter what. And he was just kind. He was just kind. He took it upon himself to come and found me and some other girls from a different and we had no nationality, no common denomination. And so in that book, I talk about him. I talk about how people came to me with kindness. And I became a fantastic person. I became an amazing athlete. I became an amazing coach and teacher. And I became an amazing mother. And because I had a great mother and father, I had a great, amazing, fantastic life, because other people came and got me and kept me on the journey of goodness and kindness. And so, I do give God all the glory, because I do believe in God.
And you don't
And
forget someone that was kind to you. You don't ever forget someone that was kind to you.
exactly. I never forget him. I never forget. He looks just like you. I mean, and I never forget him. And he came and he got me. And even when I wanted to quit and give up, I'll never forget. I was at Dillard High School, and he walks up the steps and he said, and I was Baxter at that time. He said, "Baxter, what are you doing home?" He said, "Get your stuff. I'm getting ready to call the coach. You're out of here." And he sent me out of here. And I never forget him. And for that, I never even wanted to do anything wrong because I felt like he was looking over me, and he wanted to make sure that I was great and I became something successful. And he did it with a pure heart, with no motives, no alternatives. And I wrote Dr. Coaching her players because I started doing the same thing that he did. He inspired me so much until that's all I do every day is look for someone that I could be kind to, because I would never forget Jim Bratton, Coach
Well,
Jim
speaking
Bratton.
of never being forgotten, I asked over 5,000 people, and I stopped asking after 5,000, have they ever met someone in their life that when they asked how they are, because you get asked that question every day of your life, how are you? Have you ever met someone that says, I'm fantastic? In response, only 112 people out of 5,000 ever met someone that was their response. Here's the great part of it, the fantastic part of it. They never forgot that person in their life.
That's right.
So you want to
They-
never be forgotten when someone says, how are you? Look at them and say, I am fantastic. Because if,
Yeah,
if you're going to apply for the job, they're going to hire you because they want someone that believes in themselves, that's got
that's right.
confidence in themselves, that loves themselves. And when you say I'm fantastic, it's not a brag. It's a state of mind.
Yes, that's right. It's true. Change the whole atmosphere. Oh, I'm fantastic. They be wondering, who is this person? Oh,
Exactly.
I
And
just put,
it
hey,
makes them
I add super
laugh,
with it.
which makes them live longer. You live
Yeah,
an hour longer every time you laugh, according to
yes,
science.
yes. I add super with it. I'm super fantastic.
There you go. Well, I always say I'm fan freaking tastic. Yvonne, thanks for your time. You're a fantastic person. Please, it takes a little effort to try to implement the kindness pledge into people's lives, but I promise you, I came up with I call the fantastic pledge. If you say I am fantastic 3 times a day out loud, your life will change in 30 days because it's
Wow,
called manifestation. Most people look in the mirror and say, I'm a loser.
wow.
They beat
Yes,
themselves
they do.
up
Yes,
because it's easier to fail than to succeed. But when you believe in yourself and you think you're fantastic, there's nothing wrong with that.
that's right. You become
You are
fantastic.
fantastic, Yvonne.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this interview. Apologize for being late, but I think you're doing a great work out there. And thank you so much for taking the time with me.
I'll put you into Florida. It's fantastic. You can spread the word there.
Yes, sir. Sounds great. Thank
Okay,
you.
Yvonne. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Bye-bye.
You as well. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Welcome to the Be Fantastic channel, where you will find many fantastic interviews with amazing people,
Visit the top world museums,
incredible zoos,
beautiful national parks.
special events, and much more.
These videos are designed to educate,
Inspire.
motivate, and entertain you.
We hope you will enjoy them.
Join the Be Fantastic philosophy.
Please subscribe.
Like and share.
Well, did you enjoy that interview with Yvonne? You know, she's the only one I've interviewed so far that had someone, a secretary, schedule it a week in advance. A week in advance, right? And she was still late. One of my favorite things in teaching business, teaching etiquette is not to be late because it's so stressful to be late. If you know you're late. If you don't know you're late, it's not stressful at all. But I always say be an hour early and leave than be a minute late. When you're an hour early to work, you're going to get raises. You're going to get promoted. You're going to be successful. And then stay after work and work harder. You know, hard work pays off. But when you're late, it's not cool. It's being unaccountable for your actions and disrespectful for the other person. I don't hold it against her because she's a busy gal and she's doing great things for other people. But you got to remember, you come first. So now let's see what Dr. Fantastic's going to cook up for today's episode. It's always a surprise to me because I like them to pick out of the bag one of my hundreds of recipes. Recently, I met someone here in Antigua that said they were watching my cooking shows. I go, that's fantastic. I have no idea who's watching them because I don't get much feedback. And for the 2 years I recorded episodes on YouTube, I didn't even know there was a thing called comments. So it's just me giving out information, and hopefully they take it, and hopefully they enjoy it, and hopefully they use it. And it's my pleasure to do that. So without further ado, let's get to the cooking, and I hope you're enjoying the show so far. Be happy. Whatever you've been doing that's making you happy, keep doing it. If cooking makes you happy, keep cooking. If growing vegetables, which makes me very happy, I've got carrots, an avocado tree, tomato plant, and some cilantro. I love cilantro. Growing out here, organic. Everybody can grow a garden. Teach your children to grow a garden. It's fascinating to see a little seed turn into a giant tree, or a fruit tree, or a banana plant, or tomato. It's really fantastic. Enjoy the show, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Let's see here. Push the little stop button, and away we go. Welcome to another episode of Dr. Fantastic Cooks, my 65th episode of showing you fast, easy, inexpensive, and delicious recipes. I've been filming these shows in campsites, in hostels, in mansions, in people's homes. And here in Sharm el-Sheikh, I've been here for quite some time. I haven't filmed too many here, but come on in. I'm going to show you a recipe today that you're going to love. It's a fast, easy. It's going to cost 4 pounds, and it's the best grilled cheese sandwich you ever ate in your life. Come on in. Welcome to the Dr. Fantastic Laboratory. The other day, I created the Beef Fantastic Burrito, and they're going to carry it around town. It is fantastic. I created a spice. It has 10 different spices in it. So I think I made an episode of that. I'm not sure. But anyway, as you know, as you've been following me for the last 655 days, when I do a cooking episode, there's one important ingredient, and that's to have a cocktail. Because if you're having a cocktail while you're cooking, it doesn't matter how it comes out, because you're feeling great by the end of the meal. And if it takes a long time to cook the meal, you've had a lot of cocktails and you're feeling fantastic. And it's always delicious. So here's to another episode. Today we're going to do grilled cheese sandwich. Now, butter. This is like a pita bread. Okay, the local bread here. It costs 1 pound. Now there's 15 pounds to $1, so that's very few pennies. And then we're going to have the cheese, and I'm going to do 2 different types today, and Omar is going to show you. Now the secret to this recipe, and you know I don't like to waste food, but it's to cut off the edge of the tortilla like this, okay? And, you know, you could eat, I guess you could eat that as a snack. I just hate to throw away food, as you know, and I love using leftover. So now, after you cut off the edge there, you'll see it's in 2 pieces. So there's 2 halves to the sandwich. Now here's the secret. The secret is you butter these sides, okay? And then when you put the cheese here, and I'll show you that in a second here, but by buttering this side of it and you're frying it, it comes up crispy and it's delicious. So let me show you how. Okay, so Omar's helping me with the camera work. So you melt a little butter, then you take, remember, the inside of the bread, and you coat it with butter like that. Okay, then you take the rest of it like that, and you put it on that side. Okay, so now you got both sides coated with butter. Then you take, we're going to do mozzarella on this one. Put the mozzarella cheese there. This is medium-high heat, so you can get it nice and crispy. Put all that cheese in there, it's going to be delicious. And then, there you go. Which way? It doesn't really matter. Okay, so now, the first minute is on that side, medium-high heat. Now, the trick is to turn it over. So when you do turn it over for the first time, and hopefully it melts and sticks, I put my hand here, I turn it like this, and then I just lay it down like that. Now, by the second turnover, it's going to be melted, and it's going to be easy just to flip with the... See, it's already starting to melt. It's going to be easy to flip. Now, this is going to come out crispy and delicious. And it's the fantastic grilled cheese sandwich. Now, after the first flip, you could use a spatula to turn it, because you don't want to burn it. But see how it's starting to get nice and brown and crispy? Or you can just use the pan, flip it like that. You know, it's fun to cook. Get the kids in the kitchen. Teach your spouse how to cook. Cooking should be fun. It's not. Don't take it serious. Just have fun with it. And eating is even better. But so you can see that the cheese is melting nice. It doesn't take but a couple minutes. You know, you pat it down, flip it like that, so you can see it's getting brown.
and it comes out crispy and delicious. And like they say, the secret is in inverting the bread, and it really comes out great. Not too much butter, and medium-high heat, so you can get a nice brown thing to it. And that's your sandwich. So the second version is I slice the pita into a square, like a real sandwich. And then, of course, the other half is right there, okay? So now what we do is we put a slice of cheese, the other cheese, like this. And like this, you see? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece of meat in the middle. Now you got to remember that if you just put the meat like that and then the bread on like this, you got to remember the cheese is like the glue. So you want to put the cheese on, if you're going to put an ingredient in the middle, you want to put the cheese on both sides so it glues the sandwich together. Follow me? And it's more cheesy too, that way. So there you go. There you go like that. It's already cooking out that side. So again, to flip it the first time is like that. And now you can put all kind of different meats, salamis. You could put different types of cheeses. Not just one type of cheese. The other day I put a mix of tomatoes and onions and jalapeno, so it was like a little relish inside. But you got to remember to put cheese on both sides of the middle ingredient, or the sandwich won't stick together with the glue. The cheese is the glue. And that's the second one. Now we're going to have Omar be the taste tester and see how he likes my sandwiches. That's it. So there we have the finished product, the two different types of grilled cheese sandwiches. Omar, please do the honors.
Hello. Well, I'm going to try and taste the Beef Fantastic grilled cheese sandwich, and that it's made with love. And it's on the spot.
See the crispy? It's a little crispy. It won't crisp the other way.
It was pretty fast. It was efficient, and it tastes great. Enjoy.
Try the other one.
This one.
Mozzarella.
Buonissimo.
I'm trying it at the same time.
Buonissimo.
See, I think it's the crunch that really makes it different.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's Beef Fantastic in the kitchen.
And you know what? You can make egg salad.
And the cost. This is literally 1 pound for the bread and 2 pounds for the cheese. A 3-pound sandwich. That's not bad.
Fantastic.
And so ends episode 21 of the Complete Guide to Happiness. I hope I put a smile on your face. I hope Yvonne put a smile on your face. She's a blessed young lady who's doing 100 books. She wrote 100 freaking books. I haven't even read 100 books in my life. But writing is, if it makes you happy to write, keep writing. If it makes you happy to read. Whatever you're doing that's making you happy, keep doing it. But hopefully my advice is going to make you happy. And learning from my mistakes can make you happy. I made a lot of mistakes. We all make mistakes, but that's how we learn. Don't be afraid to fail, because that's just the first attempt in learning. This Fridays at 5, as I told you, I think earlier, I'm going to have a little stand-up deal going. I'm not afraid to fail. It's just another thing trying to make people happy and amuse myself at the same time, because I kill me. So Fridays at 5 on Beef Fantastic YouTube. Check that out. In the meantime, I'll see you next Monday. Whatever you're doing that's making you happy, keep doing it, because you're on the right track. We're here to be happy. And you don't know how long you have. Live every day as though it's your last, and make it a happy day. Like, subscribe, and share.
I met Dr. Fantastic along life's way, and I heard him say, you gotta say, I am fantastic, la la la, I am fantastic. You can feel it if you say it. It ain't a game, you gotta learn how to play it. Fantastic, fantastic. Just listen to the doctor. He's a rocker. He walks around all day fantastic. He's not sarcastic. He says, I am fantastic.